Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa. This is my match reaction for Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 0. Villa fans, help me out by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel if you're new. And most importantly, comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. Am I angry? Am I annoyed? Well, am I angry? Yes. Am I annoyed? Yes. Am I frustrated? Yes. But the biggest thing for me is I'm just disappointed. And you know, as a parent, when you go to your kid, I'm just disappointed. Like, that's the worst, isn't it? Being disappointed is the worst. And that's how I generally feel, guys. I'm not going to lie. I feel really a little bit frustrated with how we've played, especially how we've applied ourselves, how we've just been like trick or treat. What do you want? Do you want a treat? We'll gift you a treat. We'll just gift you. We'll gift you your performance. We'll gift you your confidence. We will allow you to play at your pace. We will be passive enough for you that you can just do what you want, and then we will just go on then. That's how it feels. And I think every Villa fan was looking at Liverpool's form going, hold on a minute. We know what happens here. We know what happens here. And it's happened. So I think that's the frustrating element for me. And I was saying all week, I was saying, pose them big questions. Let them have to answer big questions. Put them under severe amounts of pressure, because they were in a bit of a bad place, crisis, pressure, lack of confidence. And that's what we had to do. And we had moments early on in the first half when Rodgers hit the post, Cash hit the crossbar that was saved. But then after that, we sort of just lost our way. And one of my biggest frustrations, and people that watched the Tactical Look episode that I did, you know, I was saying, hit the channels, find the channels, allow Watkins to be 1v1 in a channel against Kanate, etc., or Connor Bradley. But we seemed to just go long and long and long, and we had nobody that can hold it up, and it just kept coming back. And that was just a pattern that we saw from around the 20-25 mark. And we just struggled, and we kind of had no ideas. We became loose, sloppy, kept giving the ball away. We had no threat, no outlet. And we just invited them to just have possession, territory, not have to do much to beat us. And I think that's probably the biggest frustration that I've got, really, that we didn't apply ourselves correctly and we were quite poor. And in a game where I'm looking at it thinking, wow, I fancy us today to do something on the back of two big wins. So, you know, I'm not going to come on and just be like really ranty or angry. I'm just going to show that I'm just disappointed with us. I think, do I think Emery got it right? No, I think this obsession with going so long just really didn't help us. I don't think we were going long enough into the right areas. And I think you'll remember in the first half that Martinez's kicking looked a little bit wayward at times, and we were going long, and then he just gave the ball away. And I think when you're playing a team like Liverpool, you know, normally you've got to be perfect, haven't you? You've got to be perfect. You've got to do everything correct to win. Don't pass the ball to Mo Salah and give him an open goal, basically. And that's what we did. And you're going to be on the back foot. No matter who you're playing, you are going to be on the back foot then. You're in somebody's own backyard, and you've just gave them everything that they needed. You've gave them a gift. You gave them the confidence. You gave them the platform. And look, these are very good Liverpool players, you know, Szoboszlai's class, Ekitike's class, Salah's class. Don't give them that sort of little bit of air of freedom that they can start knocking it round down, because that's what we did. We gave them that confidence boost, that injection, that little bit of a zip, that little bit of a feel good factor, and then it was pretty much game over from that moment, wasn't it? Second half, didn't start the second half that great, but again, no threat. And then when Gravenberch scored, I felt like we gave up a bit, and I don't like it. I don't like that we gave up. I don't like that we sort of just ambled around, and we'd have no. There was times when Onana would get the ball in central midfield, and he'd look up and he'd go, "Hold on a minute, who am I meant to be giving this to? Because there's no threat. there's no one. There's no one around me." And I saw that quite a lot in the game. So that element sort of, we allowed the game to get to a phase where we were completely out of it. And then in the last, say, 10 minutes, Liverpool just sort of were just walking around, just getting into their shape. And then we started to have a bit of something about us with Sancho and Maatsen and Marlon and Barkley. We looked a lot better then. But apart from that, it just wasn't great, was it? So, you know, I want to just quickly run through some of the numbers here and just have a look at how many times people lost the ball. So we've got Digne lost it 6 times. We've got Onana. How many times did Onana lose it? He lost it 6 times. Kamara lost it 10 times, which is a lot for him. McGinn lost the ball. How many times did McGinn? 6 times. Gesson, 8 times. Rodgers lost it 16 times. And Ollie Watkins, what did he lose it? How many times? He lost it 4 times. He only touched it 18. So, and Martinez, his kicking has got to be, but he had 79% accuracy, which I actually feel like I thought it would be a lot lower than that. But, you know, his accuracy was at 79%. So just wasteful, giving the ball away. You know, stark contrast from the intensity that we had against Manchester City, which is annoying. Really annoying. Right, so we're going to do the player ratings. So when I talk about a player, I want you to put that player and give that player a score. Make sure you are hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And also keep commenting your thoughts. So we're going to go with, to start with then, let's go. Let's just move me over a minute. Right. All right, let's go with this then. Let's turn that off. Right, let's go. Emi Martinez. Oh, sorry, my friend. But then he made some big saves, didn't he? You know, he kept us in it at times, saved Szoboszlai, but I can't see past that error, mate. So I'm going to give him a 4. I think I'm giving him a 4. Just not good. Digne, I'm going to give him a 4. I thought he was poor, guys. Again, normally he defends Salah really well, but he just looked a bit dishevelled. He just looked a bit all over the place for me. So I'm going to give him a 4. Cash, actually slightly better, but again, I don't think he was as bad as Digne, but Cash, I'm going to give a 4. Konsa can get a 6. I think he was probably one of the best out of a bad bunch today. McGinn, I'm going to give a 5. I thought I didn't really see much of him. I felt like he was just anonymous at times, just not in the game as much as I'd have liked he didn't impose himself enough. I'm just doing this in the order that they're coming on my screen because it's quite difficult to find them with their numbers. I'd say Villa's best player was Rodgers. I mean, what could we give Rodgers? I think he was our best player, so I'm going to give him a 7. I guess that's quite bad that that's the highest we're going to get. Watkins, 4. Offered very little, ran the channel the odd time, had a little bit of a dribble. But, if we're going long, the ball's got to stick. It's got to stick with the striker. You've got to relieve the pressure for the team, hold it up, let our other players running around or beyond or little touches. And I just kind of keep thinking at the minute, the amount of times that Watkins and Rodgers have played together. And I'll ask you guys now, do you think they've got a strike partnership? Because I don't. I don't think that there's a strike partnership there. I look at, say, last season with Mbuemo and Wisa. That's a partnership, right? That's a partnership. But Watkins, that's not a partnership at all. And that's a problem. So that element is a problem. Guess on. Oh, God, guys. Oh, I can't go lower than I can't put someone in the 3, guys. I can't. Oh, you guys are all saying 1s and 2s. I'm not being that harsh, guys. He gets a 4. I'm not being that harsh. I'm not going to be harsh in what I say, but I think we all know that defensively he's all right. But today I don't think he was good defensively. I think that foul he did at the edge of the box was just criminal. And one of them, he did a lazy tackle at the edge of the box. He went forward in that little bit of a flurry that he had in the first half, I think. And there's just a lack of conviction there for me. So I think he's really got to work on this attacking outlet now because the team's crying out for an attacking outlet on that right. It needs somebody out there that's going to be a threat and kind of not just do a job tactically. I think we are a far better team than somebody that's just out there to do a job. And maybe we're going to have to start to recruit in that wide area because we've left ourselves short with no wingers. So that's the option that we've got to do, I think. So for me, yeah, he had a very, very poor game. Barkley, when he came on, gets a 6. I thought he was good. Pau, he played that long ball for their second goal. So again, I'm going to give him a 4. But, what you're launching it to, it's a problem. Marlon, when he came on, I thought looked a threat again, so he can have a 6. Sancho looked a threat, getting on the ball. 5.5. Maatsen, the same, 5.5. But I think some of these ratings are obscured because Liverpool were just sitting off us and not doing anything, were they? Onana, 5. Kamara, one of his worst games, 5. And, those are players that we've got to have really performing to a high level. Unai, this is Unai, guys. So this can be Unai. And I'm going to give him a 5. So those are my... And Tyrone Mings, he went off, didn't he? Again, I really don't understand why he came on. I don't understand why he came on in the first place, to be honest. For minutes, if he needs minutes, then give him against the team that we're playing in Europe on Thursday. He can have minutes there. So, just not good from Villa. Very disappointing that's how we've played. And I imagine Unai will be thinking we didn't show anything of our level. I imagine the players are going to be disappointed. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of you that are commenting your thoughts, which are really good. I've kind of missed all your comments, to be honest, but I am having a little look when I'm talking, and you are all talking sense, to be honest. I mean, this one in particular, Luke gets a 10. I mean, what a rating! What a rating! So yeah, I mean, so after some positivity in recent weeks, we're now back to having to kind of pick ourselves up a little bit, because we need to just find a few little solutions and little situations. But Buendia will be back against Tel Aviv as well, so that's a massive positive. And yeah, I think we've really got to just work on. It's hard to say this, isn't it? Because we had belief against Manchester City. You know, I can't really go, we lack belief, because we had it against Man City. So, do you know, you can't say we lack belief today. Well, we did, but that can't be a fundamental problem about us, because we wouldn't have been able to beat Man City and go away to beat Spurs, etc. But I just think there's sometimes just that little bit of a block that we need to just overcome a little bit. And that kind of comes from that go-ahead Eagles game. The fact that we could see it coming in the second half, and we knew what. And once they went 2-1 up, we kind of just go out with a bit of a whimper. Do you know what I mean? So I think we've got to work on that side to us, really. And I don't know how you do that. I think it just comes from ticking off little fundamentals of winning games of football, doesn't it? So I think I've spoken enough. I've done a watch along, and I've spoken enough. So yeah, unfortunately, not the result we wanted, but we got to bounce back in the week now. And yeah, see what happens there. So I will do a debrief tomorrow where I'll try and look at some things in a little bit more detail. I know it's not the greatest of things to have to watch, but if you can, I mean, just if you're gonna watch it, just watch it and don't watch it. just like turn me down and just watch it. It kind of helps me out, don't it? So yeah, so cheers everyone for watching. You're all legends. Hit the like button on the way out as well. Subscribe to the channel and comment your thoughts. Up the Villa.